What if I told you that some of the cheapest cars in America are secretly more reliable than the luxury models sitting in your neighbor's driveway? We're talking about cars you can buy for the price of a used iPhone, that still start every morning, sip gas, and barely need a mechanic. Most budget cars are ticking time bombs, flashing more warning lights than a Christmas tree, breaking down at the worst times, and stacking repair bills that hit harder than a car payment. But hidden among them are a few rare gems that simply refuse to quit. I've compared owner reports, repair databases, and years of J.D. Power and Consumer Report studies, because I know how frustrating it is to waste money on a so-called bargain that turns into a nightmare. What I found are 5 genuinely dependable cars that prove you don't need a big budget or a luxury badge to own something you can trust every single day. These are the ones that quietly keep running long after others have given up. I'll break down each car's true used price and what everyday drivers say after years of ownership. So, if you're someone who values peace of mind over flashy badges, stick around till the end, because the final car might just be the affordable, dependable ride you've been looking for. Alright, let's start with a car that completely flips the script on what a cheap vehicle is supposed to be. It's one most people ignore on the used lot, but once you find out how well it's built and how long it lasts, you'll see why it's become one of the smartest hidden buys out there. The Mazda 3. You'd expect the Mazda 3 to be just another flashy compact that falls apart after a few years, but it's quietly become one of the most reliable used cars you can buy today. I've seen these things roll into the shop with over 200,000 miles, still idling smooth and shifting clean. And it's not luck, it's Mazda's engineering. The secret is the 2.0-liter Skyactiv engine, which avoids all the complicated tech that ruins so many modern cars. No turbochargers, no direct injection nightmares, no fragile timing belts, just a simple, naturally aspirated setup that's built to last. With basic maintenance, oil, filters, fluids, this car will keep going for decades. Now, let's talk numbers. According to Consumer Reports, the Mazda 3 has ranked in the top 3 compact cars for reliability in multiple years. J.D. Power gives recent models a solid 82 out of 100 for dependability, which puts it right next to the Toyota Corolla. But here's the twist. The Mazda 3 usually costs $2,000 to $3,500 less on the used market. In 2025, you can easily find a clean 2016 to 2018 model for around $8,000 to $11,000, depending on mileage. That's serious value for a car that can go 200,000 miles without breaking a sweat. Owners consistently praise it online for being cheap to run, reliable in all weather, and surprisingly fun to drive. Insurance rates stay low, parts are widely available, and depreciation has already hit bottom, meaning you won't lose thousands in resale value like you would with newer turbocharged rivals. And here's something most people overlook. 2015 and newer Mazda 3s got a major upgrade in rust protection, fixing one of the few weak spots of earlier models. Combine that with its excellent fuel economy, around 35 miles per gallon highway, and you've got a car that's not only dependable, but easy on the wallet every single month. So, while everyone else fights over overpriced Civics and Corollas, the Mazda 3 sits quietly on the lot, waiting for someone who actually knows what they're buying. If you're looking for a cheap used car that's genuinely reliable, efficient, and even a little fun, this one deserves a serious look. Coming up next is the Ford Focus. When people hear Ford Focus, they usually think of the later EcoBoost models with their costly transmission issues. But if you go back a few years, before Ford overcomplicated things, you'll find something special. The 2009 to 2011 Ford Focus with the 2.0-liter naturally aspirated engine is one of the most honest, low-maintenance cars you can own. A rare case where simplicity truly pays off. Now, here's why it's so affordable. Ford sold millions of Focus models across the US, which flooded the used market. That oversupply keeps prices low, really low. In 2025, you can find a clean, well-maintained 2009 to 2012 Ford Focus for $3,000 to $5,000, and if you're patient, even less at auction or from a private seller. It's not a car that turns heads, And that's the point. You're paying for proven dependability, not a badge or hype. According to Consumer Reports, those pre-EcoBoost Focus models consistently earn above-average reliability ratings, especially for their engine, transmission, and electrical systems. J.D. Power's Dependability Index still ranks the 2010 Focus higher than rivals like the Dodge Caliber and Chevy Cruze from the same era. Real-world owner data backs that up. Most report annual repair costs around $350 to $400. Far below the national average for compact cars. It's also a winner on insurance. Older Focus models sit in some of the lowest insurance brackets in their class, thanks to excellent safety scores and cheap replacement parts. That makes it a smart choice for retirees, daily commuters, or anyone trying to keep monthly costs down. From a mechanic's standpoint, this car is refreshingly easy to live with. Every major component is accessible, parts are everywhere, and repairs cost a fraction of what you'd spend on imports. Even common wear items like brakes, alternators, and suspension parts are affordable and can be swapped out in an afternoon. So, while newer turbocharged Fords gave the brand a bad name, these older naturally aspirated Focus models are a completely different breed, simple, tough, and built to last. If you're hunting for a cheap, reliable daily driver in 2025, this is one of those rare used cars that saves you money up front and keeps saving you year after year. Next up, we have the Toyota Yaris. This is the car that just refuses to die, no matter how many miles you throw at it. The Toyota Yaris isn't flashy, it's not fast, and it's never been a status symbol. But ask any mechanic which small car they'd bet their paycheck on, and most will point straight to this one. The secret lies in its 1.5-liter naturally aspirated engine, one of Toyota's simplest and most reliable power plants. No turbochargers, no high-pressure fuel systems, no timing belt to replace, just a bulletproof chain-driven engine that can easily last 200,000 to 250,000 miles with nothing more than regular oil changes and basic maintenance. I've personally seen older Yaris models roll into the shop with over 300,000 miles, still running smoothly. The Yaris has never been about looks or luxury, which means it's one of the most undervalued Toyotas on the used market. You can find clean 2012 to 2018 models for $6,000 to $9,000, depending on mileage and trim. That's thousands less than a comparable Corolla or Honda Fit, yet you're getting the same legendary Toyota reliability. Depreciation has already flattened, so its value won't drop much further, making it one of the safest long-term buys out there. According to Consumer Reports, the Yaris consistently earns top-tier reliability scores, often placing above the Honda Fit and Nissan Versa in both mechanical and electrical dependability. J.D. Power's dependability study gives it an impressive 85 out of 100, putting it among the best in the subcompact segment. And owners back that up. Forums are full of Yaris drivers boasting about crossing 200,000 miles on original engines, transmissions, and even factory clutches. But the real kicker is the low cost of ownership. The Yaris delivers an incredible 35 to 40 miles per gallon, uses affordable parts that are available everywhere, and sits in one of the lowest insurance categories for any car in the US. Maintenance is minimal. Even a full set of brakes or tires costs far less than on most competitors. Registration fees stay low too, and because the car rarely breaks, you'll save hundreds every year just by avoiding repair shops. It also holds its value astonishingly well. A 10-year-old Yaris can still fetch a good price on the resale market, simply because demand for cheap, dependable cars never goes away. Mechanics often call it the forever car. It's not glamorous, but it's the kind of vehicle you buy once and keep until you hand the keys to your kids. If you're shopping for a cheap used car that's actually reliable, this is the gold standard. The Toyota Yaris is proof that simplicity still wins. No gimmicks, no fragile tech, just honest engineering that outlasts the hype. Next on the list is the Honda Civic. When it comes to cheap cars that are actually reliable, few names carry as much weight as the Honda Civic. It's the car that built its reputation not on flash or marketing, but on decades of proven dependability. Mechanics love it, owners swear by it, and the data backs it up year after year. The secret lies in Honda's engineering philosophy, simplicity and precision. The 1.8-liter and 2.0-liter non-turbo engines found in the 2012 to 2017 models are about as close to bulletproof as you can get in a modern compact car. No turbochargers, no timing belt to replace, just a chain-driven, naturally aspirated design that can take abuse, heat, and high mileage without missing a beat. It's not uncommon for Civics to cruise past 250,000 or even 300,000 miles with basic care, oil changes, filters, and fluids. And those numbers aren't exaggerations. On owner forums and Consumer Reports surveys, thousands of Civic drivers have logged well over 200,000 miles, calling it the car that just never quits. Now, let's talk about why it's so affordable. The Civic was one of the best-selling cars in America for years, which means the used market is packed with them. That oversupply keeps prices low. And in 2025, you can pick up a clean Civic from the 2013 to 2016 range for about $7,000 to $10,000, depending on mileage and condition. Because so many were sold, parts are cheap and easy to find. You can repair almost anything without breaking the bank. According to J.D. Power's dependability study, the Civic consistently ranks near the top of the compact car segment, with an impressive 82 to 85 out of 100 for long-term reliability. Consumer Reports also lists it among the most recommended used cars under $10,000, citing excellent engine performance, fuel economy, and owner satisfaction. So, if you're looking for a cheap used car that's genuinely reliable, the Honda Civic checks every box: affordable, efficient, durable, and backed by millions of happy owners. It's not just a safe bet, it's one of the smartest investments you can make on four wheels in 2025. And finally, the one car that outlasts them all, the Toyota Corolla. You can't talk about cheap, reliable cars without mentioning the Toyota Corolla. It's the textbook definition of dependability. For decades, it's been the go-to choice for drivers who just want something that starts every morning, runs forever, and doesn't punish your wallet with surprise repairs. The magic of the Corolla is in its simplicity. The 1.8-liter four-cylinder engine has been refined for generations, known for being one of the most bulletproof power plants Toyota has ever built. No complicated turbochargers, no fragile electronics, just solid, time-tested engineering that's proven itself over millions of miles. I've seen Corollas from the early 2000s roll into the shop with over 300,000 miles, still idling like they did the day they left the factory. Now, let's talk numbers. In Consumer Reports' reliability rankings, the Corolla consistently earns above average to excellent year after year, a streak that few cars in the world can match. J.D. Power's dependability study gives the Corolla a long-term reliability score of 86 out of 100, putting it among the top of its class. Owners echo that confidence, often describing it as the car that never complains. So, why is it so cheap? It's all about supply and demand. Toyota sold millions of Corollas in the US, meaning the used market is full of clean, well-maintained examples. That keeps prices reasonable. In 2025, you can find solid 2012 to 2017 models in the $6,000 to $9,000 range, and that's for a car that could easily last another decade. Maintenance costs stay refreshingly low too. The Corolla's simple design makes it easy to service anywhere. Even small-town mechanics know these cars inside out. Replacement parts are cheap and widely available, and annual repair costs typically sit under $400, far below the national average for compact sedans. Combine that with low insurance rates, excellent fuel economy at around 35 miles per gallon, and strong resale value, and it's one of the most financially sensible cars you can own. If reliability had a face, it would be the Toyota Corolla. Affordable, predictable, and nearly impossible to kill. For anyone shopping the used market in 2025, this isn't just a smart buy. It's the safe bet that keeps paying off long after newer cars have given up. And here's what most people never realize. A reliable car doesn't just save you money, it saves you from stress. When you're not worried about breakdowns or repair bills, you're free to actually enjoy driving again. You can take that weekend trip, visit family, or just commute in peace, knowing your car's got your back. And the savings don't stop at repairs. Reliable cars often come with lower insurance premiums, better fuel economy, and higher resale value, all things that quietly add up year after year. That's how smart buyers win. Not with flashy leases or brand names, but with cars that stay solid long after the hype fades. So if you're out there shopping for your next ride, don't fall for the marketing or the badge on the hood. Look for the car that's been proven to last, the one built on real engineering, not empty promises, because in the long run, the best car isn't the newest one, the fastest one, or even the most luxurious one. It's the one that never lets you down. Reliable doesn't mean boring, it means freedom. Freedom from constant repairs, sky-high insurance, and the stress of wondering what'll break next. The truth is, sometimes the smartest money isn't spent on a luxury badge. It's spent on a car that simply keeps going. Longevity beats luxury every single time. So, what about you? Have you ever owned one of these cars? Did it live up to its reputation? Or did it surprise you with a repair you didn't see coming? Drop your story in the comments. I read every one of them. And if this video helped you spot your next reliable ride, hit that like button, subscribe for more no-nonsense car advice, and share it with a friend who's shopping. You might just save them thousands.